Part three. Yeah, that was getting kind of long. So my autumn again hit that button. So I guess this is take three. What I was saying in the last video is that that's what I'm gonna do. Changelings, wolf, the hybrid wolf. I can't even think. I'm tired. The hybrid wolf people, changelings, and we'll see where it goes because I finally been adding stuff to the story. Okay, I started that story January 5th, 2025. It is now April 14th, 2026. Okay, and this is how it is with writing. I remember one author said that one of the works that he did took him 14 years to complete. 14 years. That's that's 14 years. But I could understand because his character developments, like how he was developing his characters, and how he was pretty much setting up the story to where like each character had their own life and they were coming to life. So when you can do that with characters and build a life around who they are and it's all fictional, right? Then um sometimes it will take years because it's a process. So the process that I'm going through really is just like when I have the inspiration to write a story or have the inspiration to write a line or word or bring in a character or take a character away. It all comes from just my mood, um, spur of the moment, inspiration, stuff like that. Or it just has to make logical sense to the character and what's going on in the story. So right now, the stuff that I'm adding is pretty much, you know, things that I'm picking up here and there, subjects that, I was like, this would be really interesting to write about. Of course, I talk about death. I talk about a lot of different subjects, and it's only 7 chapters I plan on having for Changelings. So, I mean, I don't know. We'll see where it goes, what happens, how it's gonna end, what it's gonna look like when it ends. Because I have so many different versions of the story. When I first started it, it was kind of raunchy, you know. Then the more I got into my hijab state, the more I got back into my modesty. There's just certain ways that I decided not to present the story. So, like, excuse me. Yeah, there's just certain ways that I just decided not to present the story. And that's what's been probably making the story like a little longer or taking me longer to finish complete because I've been, you know, what else? Making those changes. So I'm gonna put my hijab on since, I'm back in my hotel room. I don't know. I wash my hair like sometimes if I have the access to water, I wash my hair pretty often. So if I'm so itchy like this, it's probably the sweat. Like, probably my scalp is sweating. I don't know. But yeah. Yeah, no, you see me, sister Latonian. So I don't know where my jacket is. Uh, anyway, I'm getting very sleepy. I don't know how many chapters I'm gonna probably work on. But, once I get to this state kind of blabbering, that's probably my cue to get off. But yeah, like I said, I'm still in my work uniform. I just took my hat off. I need to unwind. Or I should just say Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen because I am still here, no matter what thoughts came to me, no matter what conversations I was having internally. I overcame them, and I'm still here. So still a human being, still a human woman. That says a lot because if my creator doesn't want me to go back home, there's nothing that I can do about it, nothing that anyone else can do about it. I can't go home until I'm called to go home. So, whatever this marriage stuff is going on, I don't know. All I know is I don't want anybody from my past, anybody who I had to, bow down to God for and ask for my tears to be wiped away. No, no. So, there's that. And I got rid of the Muzz, Muzz, and the what's the other thing, that social thing on Muzz? The Gemma, so, I don't know, Juma, something like that. So they had that, marriage app. It's not dating, but you're getting to know your person as your partner. And I do have a Wally, but mm, I got rid of that. So day one, technically, I'm not seeing anything on Muzz, not getting a ping. Here's your potential, you know, spouse, whatever. You know, I didn't get that today. So, alhamdulillah, rabbil alameen. Still alive. Um, like I said, I was looking for a man from Delaware, from my home state, Muslim who practices Islam, and I realized that even though how basic that is, saying that I want a Muslim man, I want this, you know, there's just so many layers. Just like when you accept Islam as your religion, it's not just like, oh yeah, okay, I'm gonna accept Islam because I believe in God. I don't believe in um adding any partnership in the worship of God. I just worship God alone. Yeah, let me join Islam. No, it's more than just your shahada. It's more than just your prayers. There's so much, so many layers. And that's what I realized. It's the same thing when you're looking for a husband. He can't just be a man. He has to be a Muslim man. He can't just be a Muslim man. He has to be a praying Muslim man. He can't just be a praying Muslim man. He has to be one who also gives charity, gives zakat. He can't just be that. He has to be the one who follows all the five pillars of Islam, and he can't just be that. Okay? There's a lot to it. And, it was making me kind of sad because I was like, it's supposed to be, reading the Quran. It's supposed to be social justice. The real social justice is like when a woman like me presents her case, like, okay, I need a husband. Um, I don't have a place. Homeless. I'm unhoused. I need, help to find housing. It's supposed to be like a man comes, he's Muslim and he's like, hmm, I'm a single man. I don't have a wife. I can afford a wife. Let me see what this lady is about. Oh, you don't have a place. You're unhoused. You're in this situation. Why? What happened to you? Right? Like being a little bit more inquisitive. And it was like, huh, well, I don't have a spouse. I don't have a lady, to call my own. How about, I make you my wife? Boom, there, but then it's other things like you're not a citizen of the United States. Why are you not a citizen? You're making things difficult. Like, I mean, I feel for you, but I mean, I'm born here. So, you know what I mean? Like, I'm born in the United States, and the path to marriage should not be all these hurdles and obstacles. it should be easy to get married. And I feel like if the guy is not from the United States, it makes it difficult to get married. Like, it really does. And I don't want that for me. I want my marriage to be, you know, of ease. Like the Quran says, the sign that you have met, your partner is that I have created tranquility between the both of you. We'll have peace with each other and tranquility. How are you going to have peace and tranquility if you're always wondering when your husband is going to come to your country and like when you're going to, it's stuff that I just don't want to have to deal with because it's going to bring difficulty, not ease. So it's not like I was turning the guys down on muds because like they were ugly to me. Like I wasn't thinking like that. It was like more practical stuff. I'm thinking about like, you know, the ease of the relationship. The hardship shouldn't be our relationship. The hardship should be, the problems and how we solve them, such as, what type of marital problems that aren't about him and myself. Okay? Um, Housing, bills, you know, and how he deals with that. Is he gonna put me in a position to where I'm not, where I'm at now? I don't have a home. I'm unhoused because I made a decision to to be with somebody who, wasn't permissible, and now I'm in this situation. I don't want that. I want a man who's responsible, pays his bills. You know, the problems that come our way is like, oh my God, honey, yes. Um, I know you said you wanted to go to this place or to go to that place or to get your hair done or to do something, but I have this bill coming up. Let's tackle this bill first, and inshallah, whatever money I have left over after savings, whatever money I have left over, my darling, my sweetheart, Jasmine, because that's my second legal name, Jasmine. I will do it for you. I'll put it aside, and you can get what you want. But right now, we have to focus on paying this bill, okay? Like that, that's the problem, Easy to be solved, easy solution. Okay, my dear, I understand. You have this bill coming up. It's a very important bill. We need to pay it. I understand. You put money aside for me. When you can, put a little bit aside for me. I can wait for that. I can get my hair done later. I can, you know, these are the types of problems, I permit because they're easy to be solved. I can have a little bit of patience and I can wait a little bit. Okay? But don't have me in no homeless situation. Don't have me out here like this. You know what I mean? Yeah, nah. I need a man who pays his bills. Anyway, and I need a man who I can talk to about, philosophical thoughts. I need a man who I could talk to, you know? Anyway, I'm not saying he has to be a girlfriend, like become my girlfriend, you know? But I mean, lead me. He has to lead the prayers. He has to be the leader in this relationship, when it exists. Because right now I'm still single. I've been turning people down. But, I've been I'm matching left to right. But I mean, yeah, I need you to be in Delaware. I need you to be in Delaware, number one. I need you to be really a Muslim practicing. Um, yeah, you're gonna have your struggles. Yeah. But I mean, follow the Quran to the best of your abilities. To the best of your abilities. And may Allah make your life one of ease. Whatever you can do that's easy, do it. Whatever difficulty comes to you and it makes it difficult to perform certain things that is obligated in Islam, then we're obligated to address those issues so that we can perform Islam the way that we're supposed to. Okay, as regards to prayers, as regards to a lot of stuff. So, I mean, having a man in my life should not be this difficult. That's why I got off of Muzz. It was, it was just too much for me. And then seeing how the mindsets of a lot of those men were on that app, it just made me like, Alhamdulillah, they are not my match. Because no, I mean, just the things that I was reading, the things that they would think about. I mean, maybe they'll judge me and say, well, you're kind of depressing. You think about suicide. I'm like, I was on this earth since 1990, the winter time, and it is miserable here. And this is talked about in the Quran. So, um, I don't know where the other people were at, but I mean, the Quran that I was reading was talking about how, the believers on this earth, you know, they will have trials and tribulations, and the earth, there's bounties, there's beauties, there's a lot of blessings that Allah gives to us, but there's trials and tribulations. I mean, who in the world is sane, who has a sane mind, would actually be like, oh my God, these terrible things are happening to me. Yeah, I'm happy. It's okay for me to tell the truth. Like, this situation is making me sad. This situation is making me not want to be here. I'm just telling the truth. Anyway, that's it. But I got over that for now. Like I said, it was dark. Okay, it was dark on the 13th of April, 2026. Now we're on the 14th, and we're still Gothic. We're still Muslim women. But yeah, it is what it is. And, I was talking about my hard ground earrings on another video, but yeah, Miss Dunson is out. Take care. Zaijian. Adios. That's all I gotta say. Bye bye.